Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. This is Chapter 10, Lesson 11. This is the pink reteach that we do as a class. Start by drawing a diagram. Jordan has a piece of wire 11 feet long. She's making art projects that use 2 1/4 feet of wire. Circle that. She wants to make 5 of these projects. Underline 5 and underline 11 feet. Does she have enough wire? Let's figure out what to do. Read the problem, identify the important information. What do you know? We know that the wire is 11 feet long and she needs to make 5 projects. And each project uses 2 1/4 feet. That's what you need to know. Push pause if I'm going too fast. What do you need to find? Does she have enough wire? Make a plan for solving the problem. So what we do, to solve, we can draw a diagram to show the length of 11 feet, then mark off the amounts used for 5 projects. So here's 11 feet, and then we add 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, and 2 1/4 together, but as you can see with this diagram, we are a little bit short. So, is there enough wire for the projects? The answer is no. And 11 1/4 is less than 11 1/2. Then we check our answer by adding, and here's what we do. We do 5 times 2 1/4, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 5 chunks for 5 projects. Put the 5 over 1. Do the C method, so 4 times 2 plus 1, 8, 9, 9/4. 5 times 9 is 45, 1 times 4 is 4. Then we see how many 4s we can pull out of 45. We have 11 4s and remainder 1. So you write 11, remainder 1, and bring the denominator over is 4. That is our answer. 1/4 is less than what we need. We need 11 1/2. All right, let's go to the next page. Flip it over. For number 1, you're going to want to start by drawing this little sign up in the corner. North, south, east, west. Never eat soggy waffles. That's going to be helpful as we draw this next piece, okay? So, don't worry about that 5. That's for the next problem. Jay walks north, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. So we start drawing up in our rectangle and then stop. Turns right. So goes right and walks 2 blocks. 1, 2. Turns right, again, you're going to turn a corner, and walks 4 blocks. 1, make sure it lines up right here. 2, lines up right here. 3, lines up where you started. And 4, lines up right down here. Then turns right again and walks 2 blocks. 1, 2. Where's Jay in relationship to where he started? He is 1 block south of his start. So here's where he started. South is down. He is 1 block south of where he started. Make sure you have this and this and this. Number 2. Think of this as when you're going camping with a tent, you need to put a tarp down on the ground before you put your tent down to prevent your tent from getting wet. So here's a tarp. To keep a rectangular tarp down, stakes will be placed along the outside edge every 3 feet. Cross off at the corner because that just makes it confusing. If the tarp is 15 feet long, so here's my tarp, 15 feet long and 12 feet wide. 12 feet wide. This is a rectangle because 15 is bigger than 12. How many stakes are needed? Well, if it's every 3 feet, 15 feet divided by 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 stakes on this every 3 feet. And then 5 stakes up here, 12 feet wide, and I put a stake every 3 feet. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 stakes on this side. Here's my visual. 5, 4, 5, and 4. I add 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 equals 18 steaks. That's how many our steaks are needed for this tarp. Okay, next question. Cards. Aaron has 120 sports cards. 3/8 of them are football cards, and the rest are baseball cards. So you take 120 times 3/8, because of means times. 120 times 3/8. Now, these are both even. So what you can do is you can divide them both by 2. 2 will go into 120 60 times. 2 will go into 8 4 times. Now, you can divide this down a little bit smaller if you need to. But 60 times 3 is 180. 1 times 4 is 4, and that equals 45. So we have 120 baseball cards. Subtract the 45, which we know are football cards. So 120, subtract the football, leave 75 for the baseball. And how many baseball cards does he have? 75 baseball cards. This was a little bit trickier, but don't worry. Just follow along and you'll figure it out. Okay, Mrs. Collin has 140 apples. She uses 2/5 of them to bake pies and 1/4 of them to make jam. How many apples does she have left? Okay, 140 apples. Of means times. 140 times 2/5 right here. 140 over 1 times 2/5. 5 and 0 are friends, so I know 5 will go into this once. 5 will go into 140 28 times. 28 times 2 is 56. 1 times 1 is 1. So, pies, she used 56 apples. Come over here, 140, because that's how many she began with, minus the pies, which is 56, equals 84. 84 apples is what we've had. Now we got to figure out 1/4 of 140. So here it is, 140 apples from the beginning times 1/4. So I know 4 and 40 are both even. 4 will go into 4 once. 4 will go into 140 35 times. 35 times 1 is 35. 1 times 1 is 1. 35 apples were made for jam. So here's my original. Took out the pie. That's how many's left. Here's what's left. I subtract the apples for the jam. And that's how many apples are left total after she made pies and jam. Okay, Bailey is spending some money. She spends $105. She spends 3/7 on a new jacket and 1/5 on a new sweater. How much money does she have left? Okay, so here's the $150 times the 3/7, because 3/7 of her money was on a jacket. So I put 105 over 1 times 3/7. 105 times 3 is 315. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 will go into 315 evenly, thank goodness, 45 times. So she spent $45 on the jacket. The jacket was $45. The sweater, she spent 1/5 of her money. So here's her total amount, $105 times 1/5. 105 and 1/5. So they both have a 5, so 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 105 21 times. 21 times 1 is 21. 1 times 1 is 1. $21. The sweater cost $21. Okay, over here, I take the total amount she had first, 105. Move that over. 105. I subtract the jacket, and I get that much money. Then I subtract the sweater, and I have that much money left. So in total, she has $39 left. Make sure you circle that so we know that's how much money she has left. Last question. Kind of crazy, right? Mr. Cole has $200. He keeps 3/4 of his money for himself, which he should, he's the dad, and divides the rest equally between his 2 children. How much money does each child receive? So you're taking 200 over 1 times 3/4, and 204 are even, so 4 will go into 4 one time. 4 will go into 250. So 50 times 3 is 150. 1 times 1 is 1. $150 is 3/4 of the money. $150 is what Dad keeps. Then If you have $200 and Dad keeps $150 of it, you have $50 left. 50 divided by the 2 children is $25 is what each child receives. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you circle your answers and put your name on your paper and turn this in. Thank you.